Puppet shows and carries seed cakes and girls to kiss all brought back vivid memories I thought I had long ago drowned. Perhaps it was those memories that birthed dreams too vivid to ignore. Twice I had awakened, sweating and shaking, with my muscles clenched. I had enjoyed years of respite from such unquiet, but in the past 4 years my old fixation had returned. Of late it came and went, with no pattern I could discern. It was almost as if the old skill magic had suddenly recalled me and was reaching to drag me out of my peace and solitude. Days that had been as smooth and alike as beads on a string were now disrupted by its call. Sometimes the skill hunger ate at me as a canker eats sound flesh. Other times it was no more than a few nights of yearning, vivid dreams. If the boy had been home, I probably could have shaken off the skill's persistent plucking at me, but he was gone, and so yesterday evening I had given in to the unvanquished addiction such dreams stirred. I had walked down to the sea cliffs, sat on the bench my boy had made for me, and stretched out my magic over the waves. The wolf had sat beside me for a time, his look one of ancient rebuke. I tried to ignore him. "No worse than your penchant for bothering porcupines," I pointed out to him. "Save that their quills can be pulled out. What stabs you only goes deeper and festers." His deep eyes glanced past mine as he shared his pointed thoughts. "Why don't you go hunt a rabbit?" "You've sent the boy and his bow away." "You could run it down yourself, you know. Time was when you did that." "Time was when you went with me to hunt. Why don't we go and do that, instead of this fruitless seeking? When will you accept that there is no one out there who can hear you?" "I just have to try." "Why? Is my companionship not enough for you?" "It is enough for me. You are always enough for me." I opened myself wider to the wit bond we shared, and tried to let him feel how the skill tugged at me. "It is the magic that wants this, not me." "Take it away. I do not want to see that." And when I had closed that part of myself to him, he asked piteously, "Will it never leave us alone?" I had no answer to that. After a time, the wolf lay down, put his great head on his paws, and closed his eyes. I knew he would stay by me because he feared for me. Twice, the winter before last, I had overindulged in skilling, burning physical energy in that mental reaching until I had been unable even to totter back to the house on my own. Night Eyes had had to fetch Hap both times. This time we were alone. I knew it was foolish and useless. I also knew I could not stop myself. Like a starving man who eats grass to appease the terrible emptiness in his belly, so I reached out with the skill, touching the lives that passed within my reach. I could brush their thoughts, and temporarily appease the great craving that filled me with emptiness. I could know a little of the family out for a windy day's fishing. I could know the worries of a captain whose cargo was just a bit heavier than his ship could carry well. The mate on the same ship was worried about the man her daughter wished to marry. He was a lazy fellow, for all his pretty ways. The ship's boy was cursing his luck. They'd get to Buckkeep Town too late for Springfest. There'd be nothing left but withered garlands browning in the gutters by the time he got there. It was always his luck. There was a certain sparse distraction to these knowings. It restored to me the sense that the world was larger than the 4 walls of my house, larger even than the confines of my own garden. But it was not the same as true skilling. It could not compare to that moment of completion when minds joined, and one sensed the wholeness of the world as a great entity in which one's own body was no more than a mote of dust. The wolf's firm teeth on my wrist had stirred me from my reaching. "Come on, that's enough. If you collapse down here, you'll spend a cold, wet night. I am not the boy to drag you to your feet. Come on now." I had